Sundown towns are communities that practiced a form of racial segregation by excluding non-white people, especially African Americans, from remaining in town after sunset. 1. They used discriminatory local laws, intimidation or violence to enforce this exclusion. Some sundown towns also kept out other groups such as Chinese Americans, Jews, Mexican Americans, Native Americans or Mormons. 1. There is no definitive list of the worst sundown towns in the country, as different sources may have different criteria and methods to identify and rank them. However, some examples of notorious or infamous sundown towns are: Anna, Illinois. This town has been nicknamed Ain't No One ******** allowed by its residents and outsiders. It was the site of a brutal lynching of a black man in 1909, which sparked a mass exodus of black people from the town and the surrounding county. Today, the town is still over 95% white and has a reputation for being unwelcoming to people of color too. Forsyth County, Georgia. This county was once home to a thriving black community, but in 1912, a series of violent attacks and expulsions drove out almost all of its black residents. The county remained virtually all white for decades, and resisted integration efforts even after the civil rights movement. In 1987, a civil rights march in the county was met with hostility and violence from white supremacists. The county has become more diverse in recent years, but still faces challenges of racism and discrimination too. Vidor, Texas. This town was a stronghold of the Ku Klux Klan and enforced a strict sundown policy for black people until the 1980s. It was also the site of several hate crimes and racial incidents, such as the murder of a black man by 2 white men in 1993, and the harassment of a black family that moved into a public housing complex in 1992. The town has tried to shed its racist image in recent years, but still struggles with its legacy of segregation and intolerance. 3. Cicero, Illinois. This suburb of Chicago was one of the most infamous sundown towns in Illinois. In 1951, when a black family moved into an apartment there, a mob of 4,000 white people attacked the entire building and set it on fire. The police did little to stop the violence and even arrested some of the black residents for inciting a riot. The town remained overwhelmingly white until the 1980s, when Hispanic immigrants began to settle there. The town still has a history of racial tension and discrimination too. Harrison, Arkansas. This town is known as the headquarters of the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan and has been called the most racist town in America by some observers. It was once a diverse community, but after a race riot in 1905, most of its black residents fled or were killed. The town has maintained its white supremacy through intimidation and violence, such as cross burnings, bombings, and shootings. The town still displays signs and billboards promoting white nationalism and anti-Semitism. 4.